Hello, I'm Chief Analyst Burrage, and I'm back again, this time talking about the NBA and its rich history. Personally, talking about NBA history is the most fun part about sports, so let's get straight into it. Bill Russell has the most championships out of any player with 11, even winning 8 in a row from 1959 to 1966. He's also regarded as the best defensive player of all time. Him and Wilt Chamberlain had possibly the greatest individual rivalry in sports history. The only times he lost in the playoffs were in the 1958 finals, where he was injured for half the series, and the 1967 Eastern Division finals.
If you were starting a team from scratch and you could have any player in history, who would be your very first pick?
In my estimation, the guy that has to be there would be Bill Russell. He's won 11 championships as a player. The idea of what excellence is when you win championships.
Russell covers an incredible area of the court. Look at that big man move. He has all the tools, quick hands, fine balance.
Russell, of course, gets the rebounds and starts that fast break. Celtics lead 43-39. Russell, that was a big basket by Russell.
I was one of the best athletes on the planet. I ran hurdles and I long jumped.
Belcher Taylor driving across the middle. 94 to 80.
I was ranked number 2 and number 3 best high jumper in track and field in the whole world at the time. And I could run the 400 meters in the 40s.
Speaking of Wilt Chamberlain, he holds 72 NBA records, including most points in a game with 100, most rebounds in a game with 55, etc. However, those aren't his most unbreakable records. He once averaged 48.5 minutes a game in the 1962 season. The same season, he averaged 50.4 points per game, even though a regulation game lasts 48 minutes. Another crazy stat is that Chamberlain in 1960, his rookie season, averaged more points than anybody else in history if you exclude his other dominant scoring seasons. Chamberlain's also the strongest player in NBA history, benching over 550 pounds in his prime and even benching 465 at 59 years old. One of Wilt's only weaknesses, maybe even his only weakness, was his free throw shooting. People would purposely foul him when he'd go for a layup or dunk hanging all over his arms, but Wilt was so strong he'd just take them up with him and get an and one.
He thought, and rightfully so, that he was the greatest basketball player that ever lived. Physically, he was still the most imposing physical player that's ever played this league, period. There's no one that's come close to him in terms of just physical prowess.
And as athletic as any man who ever walked the earth. You try guarding that on a basketball court sometime.
This was more than just some big guy who dunked the basketball and ran up and down the court. This was a true athlete, and his physical prowess was unbelievable.
Deep, there's Wilt to block the shot. Boy, Wilt blocked that nicely. Wilt playing another tremendous game. Wrap around pass. If the Globetrotters are here and jumping in. Great play by the big man. Great defensive work.
And it's just hard for people to fathom what we talk about when we say what he did. He did things that just defy description. I can remember plays that he made that when I would talk about him, people said, no, he couldn't have done that. And I'm telling you, he was just a great, great basketball player.
Here comes Boston, but Chamberlain keeps the pressure on.
The fact that he led the league in assists later on showed he could pass the basketball. So Wilt had all the tools. He didn't display them all the time because he was like
Wilt Chamberlain, most valuable player in the National Basketball Association this year.
Passes to Chamberlain, he's open, he shoots, he scores.
I'm glad I played in this era. Let's put it that way.
Wilt Chamberlain. Oh, how about that? Wilt still tries it. And in she goes.
If you were to factor in high school and college accolades to your all-time rankings, then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would be the undisputed greatest ever, as he won a combined 12 championships and 12 Player of the Year / MVP honors throughout high school, college, and the NBA from 1963 to 1989. He also had the most unguardable shot ever in the skyhook, and that's mainly the reason how he got his hands on the all-time scoring record for nearly 40 years until LeBron broke it.
I think a great deal of his ability on the basketball court, the greatest offensive force I had ever seen.
How do you think you would fare in today's game?
I think I could do fine. I was pretty good making points in the paint there. Had a pretty good field goal percentage, so I think I could be of some use to some teams.
Magic Johnson is widely regarded as the greatest passer ever, and is well deserved as he has the 5 highest assist games in an NBA Finals. He also has the highest career assists per game average ever at 11.2. He even won the Finals MVP in 1980 as a rookie, which is the highest honor imaginable. One of the biggest travesties in NBA history is the fact that Magic had to retire in his prime at 31 years old because of his contracted HIV virus. He arguably accomplished more than the consensus top 2 greatest players of all time, Michael Jordan and LeBron James, for each player's 32nd birthday.
Made one of the greatest players of all time, Magic Johnson.
It's showtime.
He had a passion, an incredible passion to play basketball. He loved the game. He loved to entertain the crowd.
Now the ball in low to Magic Johnson. No, look to Kareem Star.
Lakers, Magic Johnson has it against Sellers. Down the lane to the hoop. Lays it in. Draws the foul. A spectacular play by Magic Johnson.
Back with a showtime move.
Spectacular play.
Magic was the only guy that I've ever seen really throw a no-look pass. Look at a guy, time him, look you off, and then hit that guy in the dime without ever looking at him.
It was his show, the jump center, and he ended up scoring 42 points, 15 rebounds.
We played everybody conceivable against them defensively. And here's a guy that, what was he, 20 years old?
There it is, it's over, and the most valuable player is Magic Johnson. He starts at center, plays forward and guard, and leads the Los Angeles Lakers to a world championship.
Sensational, dazzling, showtime painting by Magic. Rebound to Kareem. Down the pass to Magic. Magic makes a sensational pass.
Whenever you talk about Magic Johnson, you got to talk about his rival, Larry Bird. The greatest basketball player from Indiana, Bird was the last player to win 3 straight MVPs from 1984 to 1986. The most impressive thing about Bird is the fact that he was slow, couldn't jump high, was just overall unathletic, and he still put up 50, 40, 90 splits while averaging 28 points per game, the hardest achievement efficiency-wise possible for 4 straight seasons from 1985 to 1988. Bird and Magic's rivalry spans back to their college days at Indiana State and Michigan State when they faced off in the national championship. Magic Johnson's Spartans came out on top that evening in the most watched basketball game ever.
He was the most motivated player I ever saw.
Larry Bird is one of the biggest trash talkers ever.
Larry was a basketball genius. A mask of a hick from Finch Lick out as his calling card. And if you believe that for 1 second, you were going to get beaten.
First layup for 2. Behind the back. Bird with 8 seconds. Bird on the drive. The runner is good again. Larry Bird is just unconscious.
He called it. He said rainbow trainer's lap.
And Bird falls into Joe O'Toole.
Guys on the end of the benches giving each other foul. I mean, Bird is a bad man.
Bird has 60 points.
Michael Jordan is the consensus greatest basketball player of all time. To me, the craziest stat about Jordan is that he never lost 3 straight games from 1991 to 1998. He also never lost a series where he had home court advantage. Imagine a player today winning 3 straight championships and finals MVPs while being the best offensive player and defensive player at his position, then retiring to play baseball while at his peak for a year and a half, then coming back and winning 3 more championships and finals MVPs in a row while again being the best offensive and defensive player at his position. That's Michael Jordan.
Everybody else is already down when he puts the shot up.
People ask me, you really think you can fly? I said, yeah, for a little while.
And he jams it over J.B. Carroll, and that's what I'm talking about. When he ducks over the top yard. Pass off inbound. Jordan turns the triple at the horn. Overtime. Basket is Jordan steals. Here's your pass comes into Jordan. Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win!
Hakeem Olajuwon was actually in the same draft as MJ, and he was even taken before him. Hakeem was so good that fans of the NBA don't even blame the Rockets for drafting Olajuwon over Jordan. In the modern era, which is since 1980, Hakeem is easily the greatest defender of all time. He's the only player in NBA history to be in the top 10 in both blocks and steals, and for blocks, he's number 1. He's the only player in history to be awarded the MVP, DPOY, and Finals MVP in the same season. Hakeem also has 9 out of the 11 highest steals per game season averages for a center all time. Shaquille O'Neal is the most physically imposing player of all time. When I look at Shaq's career, what pops out to me was how completely dominant he was in the finals in 2000, 2001, and 2002. His worst finals performance out of all of those was in 2002, where he averaged 36 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, half a steal, and 3 blocks a game. For that to be his worst finals performance in that 3-year window is absolutely ridiculous. Shaq and Wilt draw a lot of comparisons. They're the two strongest players ever, they're the two most dominant players ever, and both of them sucked at free throws. Just like Wilt, Shaq would get purposely fouled, but it'd be an and one most of the time because Shaq was just that strong. He'd dunk it with people actively trying to pull him down. Something that isn't talked about enough is the fact that Shaq almost had a quadruple double in the finals against the 76ers in 2001. Tim Duncan might be the most boring superstar ever. He wasn't outspoken, he didn't complain to the refs, he just went about his business like it was a 9 to 5. Tim Duncan played possibly the most winning basketball in the modern era, as he never missed the playoffs in his 19-year career. He never even had a season where his team won under 50 games. He wasn't statistically dominant like the other guys I mentioned because Duncan didn't care about stats. He cared about winning basketball games, and that's what the players play for, to win. Duncan also made the most all-defensive teams in NBA history with 15, but somehow he didn't win a DPOY. He even almost had a quadruple double in an NBA Finals closeout game against the Nets in 2003. You either love LeBron or hate LeBron, and that's what being easily the most dominant player in the social media era will do to you. When I look at LeBron's career in totality, what immediately pops out to me is the fact that he made 8 straight finals from 2011 to 2018, winning 3 of them. He had the greatest comeback in sports history when he took down the greatest regular season team of all time in the 2016 73-9 Golden State Warriors in the finals after being down 3-1. Also, the fact that in year 20 he put up 29 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, and half a block a game is extraordinary. In comparison, the second best season by a player in his 20th season was Kobe Bryant in 2016, when he had averages of 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and basically 0 blocks. There's really no comparison to be had.
And the LeBron James era is underway.
LeBron James open floor all the way to the rim. LeBron James, you gotta see it to believe it. That was scintillating.
This is a bird. This is a play. This is LeBron James.
Scores that with his headband over his eyes.
He did this at Summit Lake Park in Akron growing up as a kid. James. Oh! Goodness! And this is for the tag. And 2, LeBron to win the game. He does! Sovereign. Oh! Grab that, put it under your Christmas tree.
What do you think any defender is? You're backing up, you're backtracking, and LeBron James is coming at you full speed. That's scary.
It's unguardable.
Oh, from the baseline behind the basket.
James comes flying in, and he goes right over Lucas. 61, the highest point total in LeBron James' career.
LeBron James with a sensational move.
He got it! Stolen by LeBron James and flushes it down.
Just intercepted that pass intended for Jackson. Oh my, LeBron with a crutcher.
Bring it on, LeBron, baby, bring it on. The incredible greatness of LeBron James.
They should just stop the game right now and let everyone watch the replay. I've never seen that.
LeBron James! That was insane! Officially insane, LeBron James!
James spins, James drives, up and under. Randall Jackson. Here comes LeBron.
William put yet another crack in the Liberty Bell! Stolen by LeBron James! There's James to the bucket again! Here comes the megawatt brilliance of LeBron James is again shining brightly.
LeBron James is locked in. James! He's in the zone. Clear the lane for the 10.
Speaking of Kobe Bryant, he's the only player to outscore an opposing team by himself through 3 quarters. He did this back in the 2005-06 season when he dropped 62 points through 3 quarters on the Dallas Mavericks, who only scored 61 through the same time period. Actually, Kobe's 2016 is the highest scoring season per 100 possessions in NBA history. He averaged 38.9 points per game per 100 possessions, which is 0.2 ahead of Michael Jordan's 1987 season. The actual highest scoring season of all time, Will Chamberlain's 1962 season, finished 3rd. Even if we just look at who scored the most with that per 100 possessions, Kobe still finishes in the top 10.
Got a dribble drive, change of direction by Bryant. Talk about elevation. He went up to the rafters. Bryant.
That's it for this episode, and this one might be my favorite. I love talking about the history of the NBA, and I hope I enlighten you. Remember, and you need to listen very carefully, I know more than you, your mom, your dad, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your grandma, your grandpa, and all of your other relatives combined. Please don't forget that. Have a nice day.